Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Football Sunday. It is 10 o'clock, and you are locked in and tuned in to your dog, Willie Jack, man. This is Chopper Willie in the morning, man. Y'all know already my dog, Chop, he is MIA on vacation right now. So, so y'all had to wait for my dog to get back Wednesday, man. This is the last one y'all got with just me, so y'all can suffer through this one more time, man. And then we right back in full effect with my dog, man, starting fresh this Wednesday. But Football Sunday is here, everybody. I know y'all excited and ready to go. We already have live action going on right now in London. So the Baltimore Ravens are playing Tennessee in London. Right now it is actually halftime, so I figure it's a perfect time to give us a little update on what's going on there. The Ravens have a commanding lead. They are leading 18-3 at the half in London right now. So hopefully everybody got that pick in already. With your pick 'em, you know what's going on now. If it's too late to try to pick it now, but this Football Sunday, everybody does have until 11:55 to get those picks in. So definitely get those picks in, get them locked in. Do not wait till the last minute because inevitably something's going to go wrong. And I'm telling you that the pick 'em system is unforgiving. So if you miss those picks by 11:55, there's nothing I can do for you, nothing I can do for you. You just miss it that week. Quick update on the pick 'em. Man, my dog, man, Pretty Tony's weekly winners, man. My dog, Miles, he is still in first place, man. He's in first place right now. His overall record is 55-24. He's at a 70% clip, making his picks, which is damn good, honestly. Now, I don't know if he's playing some of these picks and making a little money on the side, but he's definitely off to a really good start. Man, Sierra Tolbert, she is in second place, 53-26, so just behind Miles. And then Pick'em Stick'em, I believe that's brother-in-law. I believe that's that boy Tori. I got him in third at 52, so just one pick behind Sierra for second and 3 picks behind Miles for third. So those are our top 3. And then, of course, me and Chop round out the top 5 at 4 and 5, me being a couple picks behind Chop. But there it is, man. So that's where everybody currently stands. And then other than that, I'm ready to go, baby. Who's in the house today, man? Oh, okay. We got a little sis in the building today. You know what? I appreciate you making it in. I know you had a long night last night. You didn't call me back to let me know you made it home, but I'm glad you did because you're here first thing in the morning, so appreciate that. And you was the first one in the chat. Look at that. And then, the whole fam bam in the house as well. Mom Duke's in the building as well. Appreciate you, lady. Appreciate y'all. And so, without further ado, we just going to get right into these picks now. And also, I'm going to try to do my best to kind of keep my eye on this Baltimore and Tennessee game as well, to kind of give some stats or updates there as we go along the way. But like I said, Baltimore in firm control to this point at halftime, 18-3. And so there we go. Now, first game on the docket. I'm trying to think now and see if we got a little news. Hold on, y'all still following in here. My dog Miles in this thing, man. What'd he say? Say it look like we need Pretty Tony to guess the pretty. Hey man, you might have been right now. You might have been right. You know what I'm saying? Chop out there gallivanting in the Gulf of Mexico. You know what I'm saying? He forgetting about the business. But yeah, nah, man. I hope my dog's having a good time, and I believe this might be his last day abroad, or maybe they heading back to the States now for sure. But yeah, no, you know what, man? We probably could have put something together. But like, I see y'all in here now. I see y'all. I see my views now. Everybody ain't tapped in my chat though. Now what's going on, man? Y'all drop something in the chat and holla at your dog for sure. But I'm just gonna get right into it, y'all. The first game on the docket for your dog is Washington traveling to Atlanta. And honestly, man, this one was a tough game to pull or for me to pick because Washington gave us an ugly showing the last time we saw them. It was on a short week against Chicago, and Chicago definitely lit those guys up. Oh, hold on now. My dog say he's in the building. Come on now. Come on. What's going on, big dog? Look at it. Hey, it's still Sunday, still 10 o'clock, and I'm still talking about with my dog. He just slid in the building on me. Hey, look, man, I ain't going to say nothing, but Miles might have been coming for your spot, big dog. Hey, I'm just over there. Miles might have been coming for your spot, bro. Hey, I'm glad you made it in, big dog, for sure. As a matter of fact, since you in here in the chat, you can give me your picks as I call them, man. So, Washington at Atlanta. Like I said, the last time we saw Washington, man, it was an ugly night. DJ Moore probably still somewhere running butt naked on their field because couldn't nobody cover him with a net with nothing at all, man. So He's still going crazy. And then the last time we saw Atlanta, we saw the best Desmond Ridder we've ever seen. And so the boy went from your local third grader trying to play on the varsity team to like a guy who looks like he belongs, man. Went over 300 yards, found a way to get Kyle Pitts involved in the offense. And like I said, man, found a way to help Bijan get another highlight, throwing little tunnel screens or whatever we want to call it behind his back and making them do magic. But no, so very good performance from Atlanta. They are at home. I'm going to go ahead and go with Eric Bieniemy and Magic Johnson's Washington Football Commanders, man. I'm looking for them to bounce back. And I just can't trust Desmond Ridder. I know he looked damn good last week. It made me eat a lot of the words I've been saying about him because he definitely did look very good last week. But like I said, man, he gonna have to show me, Chop. I gotta see at least one more time, man, before I'm ready to pull the plug or to pull the cord and say that Desmond Ridder has really kind of found his groove. And so until I do, I'll go with Washington. I feel more confident and more comfortable with them offensively. That defense is still troublesome because even though they've got all those big names on the front line, the run defense isn't spectacular at all. And like I said, man, this is a game if Bijan gets a firm hold, then of course, especially with Atlanta being at home, that Atlanta defense I actually feel better about as well. But I can't get behind Desmond Ridder. I can't count on Desmond Ridder to give me offense. And one thing I do feel better about is Eric Bieniemy and Sam Howell's ability to score points. Like I said, they didn't get started to the second half of the last week's game, or that week and a half ago game against Chicago. But once they got it going, they found a way to put points on the board and did the bulk of that work in the second half. And so I'm going with Washington. My dog. Let's go. My dog Chester. He's also taking Washington on the road. 24-20. Oh, and I'm glad you said that too, because I daggone sure did not give you a score. And honestly, my score is pretty close to yours, man. I went 23-20. I do think, like I said, that Atlanta defense, I think they're stingy now, and that secondary is playing pretty good, led by Jesse Bates. Like I said, they've still got some monsters up front as well. Big bad Calais Campbell, Grady Jarrett, and you know what? I'm not sure. I gotta check and see how Bud Dupree's doing over there. If he's been on the field, I feel like I haven't heard or said his name, but he's over there as well. But I also am taking Washington on the road, and I'm going 23-20. And let me get my dog Chop score, man. He's got Washington 24-20. Boy, I'm glad you made it, big dog. And now also, if you're in the chat, feel free to drop a score now. Feel free to drop a score, man. If I could catch it in time, I'll put you on the board as well. My dog Miles, man, got a comment on this one before we push on. Said Bijan look like the best in the bit. Ooh. Oh, hold on now. See, now you're going too far. Cause I'm not here this good Sunday morning for the BITB disrespect. There's one BITB, all right, that takes handoffs, and his name is Christian McCaffrey. You might have seen him before. It's about 5'10", white boy. Might put you in the mind of Tommy off of Power. That's the best in the business. Now, Bijan nice now. Bijan definitely looking nice. But nah, man, he ain't sitting at the top of that hill. C-Mac got that thing locked up, man. C-Mac got that thing locked up, man. Y'all, I don't know why y'all keep playing with your dog, man. C-Mac the best in the business. But Bijan looking damn good for sure, man, for sure. And then my dog Miles dropped a score for me as well. Let me see what Pretty Tony's Weekly Pickles talk about. He's got Atlanta going big, 30-28. Okay. And you know what, man? No, I'm not gonna lie. 30 from Washington's not defending much. And like I said, especially we just saw if any indication on what they just showed us a week and a half ago, if Atlanta could get their pass game going, there's yards out there to be had now. And so, like I said, DJ Moore's still somewhere running around Washington. They can't stop him yet. And so, yeah, if Atlanta and Desmond Ridder can continue the trend that they showed us last week, then there is an opportunity perhaps now that they actually do get some good yardage in the air. And then, yeah, maybe we can get that style of score, man. So, not a bad pick. Maybe our dog Miles is on to something, man. Maybe he saw some of Desmond Ridder that gets him going. There we go. Okay, yeah. See, it's early. You know what I'm saying? Here. It's early. See, you know what I'm saying? He just getting up. You know what I'm saying? It's a working man. You know what I'm saying? He might have been working all night. He had to think about it. Yeah, y'all know what's going on with C-Mac. But now under 25, I don't know, man. Him and Breece Hall, they probably look like the top of the class, man. No, yeah, I mean what we've seen from 5 games of Desmond Divine A-Chain. So it's a couple of those young guys as well, man. But if I had to put my money on one of them, I think it's gonna be between Bijan and Breece Hall, and I'm probably gonna lean Bijan right there with you, man. Let me see. What do you got here? Oh, my dog Charles said put Bijan with Shanahan, and you might be saying a different tone. In San Francisco. No, I don't doubt that he'd be impressive, doubt that he'd be impressive, but I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. C-Mac still has a couple years on him, and he's got established years of doing it, and for me myself being at the top. You know what I mean? So I don't know if he would be better or more consistent than C-Mac is on just a touch-for-touch basis for me. And like I said, man, what's he setting breaking Jerry Rice's touchdown records out there? Jerry Rice with the most touchdowns in the history of this league. Yeah, I still don't know, man. C-Mac is that guy for your dog, man. And then Sis in the building as well gave me a score. I appreciate you. She said she's also taking the Dirty Birds, 24-17. Okay, y'all know something I don't about these Falcons this morning. I ain't mad at you because I picked that one up on the board. Don't worry about it. Moving on. Now we have got Minnesota traveling to see Chicago, and talk about back-to-back games in which I just don't feel comfortable making either pick. So the last time we saw Chicago, speaking of Washington, with DJ Moore still running naked on their field, now this is the first game we see of Chicago since that performance. And so now, while DJ Moore went crazy in that game, and it was a 4-touchdown day for Justin Fields as well, he was still about 50% in that game. He was still, I want to say, 15 for 29 if memory serves. And while of course I think he did I don't even think he touched 300 yards. I think it was like 282 yards or something like that. 230 of them went to DJ Moore. And so I don't want to misconstrue that just Justin Fields is out there just slicing and dicing, being surgically precise that whole game. Now he did make some impressive throws as well, but the bulk of his work went to 8 to 12 yard stop routes, and then DJ Moore breaking boys off and taking them things, putting 60 more on the back of them. After he took a 10-yard hit from Justin Fields in that game. But he does get a Minnesota team who is in complete disarray. They've lost the best in the business, man. Young Justin Jefferson on IR, expected to be out for at least 4 weeks. I saw reports that say it could extend as far as maybe closer to 6 weeks or whatnot. But so he's going to be Kirk Cousins is going to be without his best weapon and one of the best guys doing it for sure. And so here's the thing for me in this game is I never want to see Justin Jefferson or any great player miss time, but I'm anxious to see what Jordan Addison looks like kind of getting his run in the big seat. Like, I want to see what Jordan Addison looks like sitting in the top chair in the number 1 spot and see how this offense looks or functions, because he's done well being the Robin. And so now, like I said, man, Batman's on vacation with Catwoman, and now Robin gets to drive the Batmobile. So I want to see what that looks like. Then also the other boy, man, Osborne. I was going to say Kelly Osborne. I can't think of his first name, but Osborne. So now stepping into the number 2 role. So we need him to make a more prominent role. And so we had saw this last year before they draft Jordan Addison, that Osborne couldn't really handle the duty of being the number 2. He had been the number 3 before with Adam Thielen, and he had been a guy that made splash and could go over the top and that type of thing. And he didn't really he wasn't really satisfactory in the number 2 role, didn't take enough pressure off of Justin Jefferson, or just bring it up to the table. They, of course, go rectify that and draft young Jordan Addison. And so now everybody gets a bump. And so I'm curious to see how that offense looks now with Justin Jefferson being out. And then also, like I said, on Chicago side, that defense looked damn good this last Thursday against Washington and Magic Johnson's Washington football team. But I don't know if I want to trust that offense against that defense, against an offense with Kirk Cousins and that scheme with Kevin O'Connell coming from the Rams. And as sloppy and as terrible as the football has been for the Vikings and for Kirk Cousins, I was going to say in key moments when the poor clock management leads to poor decision-making on the goal line, Kirk Cousins, or you open the game against Kansas City, you get a 14-yard gain, and then you fumble the ball and trick it off and give it right back. So Minnesota hasn't got out of their way just all year here, and so they've really kind of just self-sabotaged their own season. And for whatever reason, I'm still going to go Minnesota. I'm going to take Minnesota on the road. I think Jordan Addison is gonna have a pretty solid day. And so now I don't think he's gonna go over the top or anything like that, but I think he may be able to have a pretty solid day. And honestly, I'm looking forward, with Justin Jefferson being out for the next foreseeable future for sure, does this running game really kind of show up to the party and really carry and bring their weight. So we've had, I want to say Madison's had, I don't even know if he's had a 100-yard day. He's had like 190-yard day or something to that effect, or somewhere there close, where he's given us decent production. But I'm curious to see just the effects on this offense as a whole with Justin Jefferson now being out, do we force that running game to be more of a focal point? Do we see now an opening for Cam Akers to get more involved in the offense along with Madison? Because, like I said, we're trying to do more to take a lot more of that pressure off of Kirk and a young Jordan Addison. But be that as it may, and then also I think Brian Flores quietly has that Vikings defense playing a little. I think they're definitely playing better than last year, and I think the longer this season's going on, I do think we've seen little improvements there. I'm gonna take Minnesota on the road. I don't feel good about that. I don't feel good about it. When I say it, I don't feel good. And then my dog Chop, he's got Minnesota on the road 31-24. I don't know, man. The more I'm saying it now, no, I'm going to stick with it, man. I'm also taking Minnesota in this game. I didn't give him as many points as my dog Chop, but I'm going Minnesota 28, Chicago 27. I think it's going to be a close game. And I do think it's a game that Chicago still should be able to score some points because, like I said, this Minnesota defense isn't lights out by any means. But I just don't know if I can full-fledged. I don't know, man. I just can't pull the trigger on you, Chicago. And then my dog Mount said he's never taking Chicago again. Oh man, he's never picked Chicago. I don't know if he got burned or he just ain't feeling it. Let's see here. They're with us, my dog guy. He said Flores likes to blitz and Fields likes to hold the ball. Now that's a good observation. That's a good observation. Ooh, that is a good observation. I like it. And Chicago also, man, with the questions in the backfield, I know they get some of those bodies back that they dropped in this last Thursday game. But yet and still, with the infinite I lost the word I was looking for. With the focus, I guess, with the Bears focus on having Justin Fields be a passer first and second. I mean, he's flat out damn near just not running the ball, and like I said, they're not calling nearly as many. I mean, he may get a handful of designed quarterback run calls throughout a game. So maybe with this blitzing, maybe this is a game where they do get Justin Fields' legs more involved to kind of counter or offset that as well. I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, no, I'm glad you said that, Chop. I was almost gonna jump out the window, man, and flip that pick to Chicago, but I do like that what you said as well. And like I said, that running game for Chicago hasn't really shown us much of anything to be proud of here. So yeah, if they're getting home with that blitz with him holding the ball as well, that's a good call. Look at my dog, man. Look at my dog. Appreciate you. Did you give me a score, Chop? Oh no, I got you, Chop. 31-24 for my dog, Chop. Moving on. Next, we are going to San Francisco, traveling on the road to go to Cleveland. This was going to be short and sweet. Deshaun Watson still not playing, or he's still not practicing. I know there were reports that came out that he had actually been medically cleared to play this last week, and I guess it was his decision not to go with the injury to, is it his shoulder? I think it's his shoulder, and so he's still got pain or discomfort in the shoulder, and he still doesn't feel great about it. Obviously, because they say they say he was cleared, he did not play. And by all indications, he's not playing this week as well. And honestly, don't know if it would have made any difference, man, because San Francisco is moving like a buzzsaw through any opponent that steps in front of them. It feels like I'm taking San Francisco, those well-oiled machines, C-Mac and Brock Purdy in the gang. I'm taking them to handle business on the road. Now, I am curious, before I give you a pick, my score here, Cleveland's defense is legit. And so I think San Francisco, these are probably two of the top 3 or 4 defenses in the league. And then I believe that they're expecting a little bit of rain in Cleveland as well, which also could help maybe to slow down the San Francisco offense. And then maybe that, of course, helps to bolster kind of Cleveland in their efforts defensively. But with or without Deshaun Watson, I think this is going to – well, with Deshaun Watson still, I think this is still going to be a tough matchup. And now with Deshaun expected to miss or be out, I just don't know what either of the backups or potential people who could play or start in his role. I don't know what type of chance they have. So I'm going San Francisco to get this one, to get this done on the road. And I'm going to go 27-19 San Francisco. And then let me see here. Chop, you got one for me? I would anticipate that Chop's going San Francisco. I don't know if he's got a score for me, man. But if he has a score, I'll try to circle back to it. Now, moving on, man, let's go ahead and go to Miami. Carolina is traveling to Miami to go get their head smacked on the road. So this one for me is going to be short and sweet. Carolina with young Bryce Young. I didn't mean to do that. With the young Bryce Young, they've struggled to put points on the board consistently for sure. And so I don't expect that trend to change. Miami is back rolling. They 70 ball Sean Payton's Broncos. Then they get the head beat in a little bit by Buffalo Bills. And then they get right back on the program and run it. And they have a very successful day against the Giants. One that the score should have been a little spread out if Tua doesn't throw a 102-yard pick six. 102-yard return to pick six. That score is even a little more spread out. But I am still taking Miami at the home. I'm going a lot to a little. You know what I mean? Lot to a little. I'll call it 30-10. Y'all know 30-10 could mean 35-3. It could mean 40-0. But I'm going a lot to a little, 30-10. Miami handling their business against a young and inexperienced Carolina team. My dog Chop said he has Miami at home handling their business 35-17. So he doesn't imagine a close game either. And I got you down, big dog, 35-17. And my dog did come back for me. He's got San Francisco 24-16 with Watson. Hey, man, don't be hedging. Look at man. You better pick one score. All right? You better pick his boy with who is thinking he can pick two scores. Ain't two games. It's one game in Cleveland. I'll tell you what. He got San Francisco with 24 either way. So he's got Deshaun being a difference, a touchdown difference. So yeah, I'll split the difference for you. What's that? 24-13? 24-13, man, right down the middle for my dog Chop. Right down the middle for my dog Chop. And then sister the building as well. She's taking San Fran also on the road 28-14. I like it. There you go. Oh, okay. Hey, Chop said, okay, he said 20 he'll go into 24-16. There you go. Yeah, you know I'm writing in pen, man. Can't be writing all these damn numbers down. But 24-16, I got you, my dog. Bet. Now, next, in this, I'll tell you what, this next game, for me, this was in consideration for a game of the week for me, man, just because it's a divisional matchup. Jackson, I'm talking about Indianapolis traveling to Jacksonville to see the Jaguars on the road. This is going to be Gardner Minshew making not his first start of the season, but his first start of this new IR stretch for Anthony Richardson. So Gardner Minshew is going to be the guy for at least this next 4 weeks. But like I said, man, he was diagnosed with a grade 3 AC strain or tear. And also, I got some information for that. I guess AC joints have their own like tear grade or tear schedule. Generally, in my experience, I had some issues with a couple knees. So it's my understanding that tendons, ligaments, whatever you want to call them, they've got 3 grades. 1, 2, and 3. 3 signifying a full tear in most cases, right? Which means it's surgical. I guess the AC joint has 6 grades of tear. So grade 3 in the AC. And matter of fact, my dog Miles is in the building. He also has some AC troubles in our time in college, man. We played ball together. And so maybe he can help me clarify this as well. But I heard another sports podcast or something talking about it, and they were this is the information they were given. So I didn't do my own research to verify it. I see no reason why they would have to lie to me. But they say, I guess, the AC joint, it goes to a scale of 6 as opposed to a scale of 3. And so that's why it's even in consideration that Anthony Richardson may or may not have to have surgery and may or may not be able to return to the starting lineup. So that's what I guess some of the information that I saw here a couple days ago. So I don't know how true or not that is. But be that as it may, Gardner Minshew returning home now. Let's not forget, Gardner Minshew burst onto the scene as a backup quarterback in Jacksonville, and then he got his shot, and then he had some spark there. He had a decent little run, and then to close out a year, I think, what was that? I assume he had to be backing up Blake Bortles. I don't know. I know Gardner Minshew definitely started out in Jacksonville, and he had some bright spots there. It reminds you a little of, let's say, Fitzmagic back in the day, right? Where Fitz comes in, and then he'll play maybe 5 or 6 games, and 3 or 4 of them look damn near Pro Bowl. I mean, they look, he's lighting it up. And so Gardner Minshew had that style of run, and then I think he gets the one full year as a starter that next year. It doesn't go as well for him that next year. And of course, we know the story. He gets replaced by Trevor Lawrence and gets shipped out the building. And so now he returns home. So it's a little bit of a revenge game for him. Jonathan Taylor making his second game back now. Last week, he had to watch the backup rumble and tumble for 165 yards. I think he finished 6 for 18 yards or something like that. But like I said, I didn't expect much from him. That first game back, he already was nicked up a little bit. Even going into the season, he starts on the PUP list, and then like I said, it's the first game back from injury and from inactivity as far as his game legs go. So I'm curious to see how he looks in this game. How much more of the running back carries share that he gets from a very hot Zach Moss. Because if I'm Indianapolis as well, or if I'm the coaching staff, I'm glad to have JT back. I'm happy he got paid. He got this $14 million a year. But man, you don't pull the ball out the hot hand. I don't give a damn who it is. If Clay didn't hit his last 7, then Steph, you got to pass the ball, big dog. You know what I'm saying? If Clay cooking, Steph, you got to pass the ball one time, man. And so if Zach Moss is still, I want to see how he does in this game. Like I said, definitely last week, very dominant performance. I want to say his second in a row because he had the game before that. He had also been very good, not as good as the last one. But the last time we seen you, if you're as good as the last time we seen you, then damn it, Zach Moss looked like he's down there at the top. Because like I said, I think he went for over 150. I think it was 165. Broke them boys off. One of those was a 60-plus yard scamper, so shows some long speed as well. One of the things that Jonathan Taylor does bring to the table as a big body back. And now we've got probably league minimum getting paid Zach Moss, showing us a lot of those things that we paid $14 million to get from you, Jonathan Taylor. So all told, I did all that talking. Jacksonville coming off of an impressive win in London. Like I said, Jacksonville may as well be London West. Yeah, I mean, like I said, they play in Jacksonville. They went twice back-to-back in London. And like I said, I think they've played more London games than any other team in the league. So they're definitely acclimated and the most comfortable team over there. They handle their business and win the game against the Bills. I wanted to go Indy here, but I am going to go Jacksonville because I like the Travis Etienne that we just saw as well. Now, last week, Buffalo does lose Matt Milano and DeQuan Jones. Both those guys gone for the season as well. Matt Milano fractured a leg, and I believe DeQuan Jones is gone for the season as well. I think maybe he tore a knee, or I could be mistaken. Maybe he's not going for the season. But those were probably the two most important pieces in the middle of that defense. You lose both of them. Matt Milano got injured in the first quarter of that game, I want to say. And so the middle of that defense is definitely exposed. And then we see Travis Etienne go buck wild, go crazy. He goes for more than $150. He also gets a long touchdown run as well. And so Etienne, looking the way he looked, Christian Kirk and Willie, I think we're both integrated. We in last week's game as well. So it looks to be that offense was performing a little better. Shout out to ZB, our dog, man. ZB, he had made mention that the offense seems to just operate more cohesively when Zay Jones is back inserted into that offense, and that appeared to be true because Zay Jones made his return to that Jacksonville offense this last week as well in London. And like I said, it just did. It looked more like the team that we had seen the very beginning of the season to start before he missed a little time and they kind of lost a little bit of their groove. And so I am taking the hometown team in this divisional matchup. I'm going Jacksonville in a game that, like I said, I may live to regret this one. I wanted to go Indy. I wanted Gardner Minshew to get his revenge, but I am going to go Jacksonville at home in a tough divisional matchup, and I'm going to go Jacksonville 28-24. 28-24. And then Chop. Oh, there we go. Chop has also already beat me to it. He's taking Jacksonville 27-24. Got you. 27-24 for my dog. Oh, and then Miles back in the chat, man. So he helped me out here. He said, yes, definitely 6 grades. No surgery means they expect it to heal itself, but he will deal with it all season. Okay, well, not good. Yeah, because I didn't know that there was a separate scale. Because I think I was on here talking like, man, grade 3 is generally a tear, and I don't know how to consider it. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking that way, and then I saw this. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, 6 grades to an AC. And so there we go, man. And then if it's any indication, man, I know my dog Miles, and then another one of my dogs, man, my dog Nick. Happy, man, where you at, man? He also had AC joint problems in college as well. Another guy we played ball with, and both those guys have told me offline, man, that it still acts up, man. They turn into them old men. If the AC starts hurting, man, it may be some rain coming. It might be something like that, man. They still get some aches and pains with what I've been told, man. But moving along, let's go, man. New Orleans traveling to H-Town, Houston, to see C.J. Stroud and his Texans. I tell you what, man. A lot of these games made me go back and forth. I don't like what we've seen from the Saints now. I know they finally woke up and looked damn good playing Bill Belichick's New England Patriots team, but that's starting to look more and more like a freebie when it hits anybody's schedule. But they do get in gear. That defense plays phenomenal. Picking on Mac Jones, but like I said, man, when they look like a JV team now, so I don't know how much credit I want to give them. But you got to show up and do what you got to do, man. They go out there in dominating fashion, win that game, 34-0, shutting out big bad boogeyman Bill at the crib. That's a damn shame, Bill. But now they go on the road to a young, exciting Houston, Texas team. So if you're a Houston, Texas fan, Tom, where you at, man? Tom, what's going on, man? Where you at? And so if you're a Houston, Texas fan, you're excited, man. You've got a young guy in CJ Stroud. We still keep talking about it. He's got the current record for most passes attempted without throwing an interception to start your career, breaking Dak Prescott's record. So like I said last week as well, this record is not at all an indicator of ball security going forward, because Dak is one of the more turnover-prone quarterbacks in the league, and he's the guy that this record got broke from. So while it is commendable, or it's a nice thing to talk about or cheer about, it doesn't at all have any, like I said, effect on future performance. But not to take that away from him, the record is still intact, and now he gets a very tough task ahead of him in a New Orleans Saints defense, man, that is still playing like one of the best units in this league. And so he's got Tyrann Mathieu, who, quiet as kept, man, is still doing his thing. I think he had a pick six in that. I believe he had a pick six in that Patriots game just last week. So he's still hawking the ball, as we know. And you also got Marshawn Lattimore, for my money, man, one of the premier cover guys doing it as well. And so then we've got a young, while talented, we've got a very young Texas offense. Rookie CJ Stroud, rookie Tank Dell, maybe second year Nico Collins being the primary guys on this team. That Texans offensive line is still without a lot of their key pieces in the bodies along that front. And then also we've had inconsistent performances from the running game in Dameon Pierce. Now, like I said, a lot of that is going to have to do with the injuries and the kind of patchwork offensive line ahead of him. Here lately, I want to say his last game, maybe he had 80 yards or so, but he still hasn't been the same, shown some of the same statistical, I guess, stats that we've seen in his first year when he first hit the scene and when he kind of got rumbling. So I do think New Orleans is going to overpower the Texans with that defense. I think this is the game that we can see an interception coming. And I hate to do that to you, Tom. I hate to do that to you, Texans fans, but this secondary definitely, man, is no joke. Tyrann Mathieu and Marshawn Lattimore on that back end, both those guys could take that thing out the air, and both those guys, I feel good about taking it the other way as well, man, especially young Tyrann Mathieu. And then that second line of that Saints defense as well, led by Demario Davis, one of the better linebackers in this league as well. Still to this day, getting it done. So I'm taking the Saints on the strength of that defense to go to Houston and get this done. I'm going a little bit of a lower score game here. I'm going 23-17 New Orleans on the road. My dog Chop said he is taking New Orleans also on the road, and he is going 24-20. I got you, big dog. 24-24, my dog. And there we go. And then Chop on the same wave as me, man, says a true defensive test for Stroud this game. Exactly right. So this game is going to tell us a lot about Stroud. And I don't want to discredit the things he's done. Stroud has looked great. He's looked damn good. He's looked past damn good. He's looked borderline great in a lot of these instances, and especially if we're comparing him to his contemporaries, Bryce Young, the guy who most pundits would have told you was going to be the one that more easily transition into the league, and he struggled. And honestly, he's struggling with things at this level that the things that came most natural to him in college, the things that probably made him the number one pick and made guys more comfortable with his game and how he was going to look. And so it's definitely been the other way around. So kudos and congrats to CJ Stroud. And yeah, man, can't wait to see what you do against that Saints defense today. Then also my dog, real quick before we keep it pushing, he said the Saints need to get Olave and Shaheed the ball. Man, I tell you what, I don't know how I still don't understand how they managed to score 34 points last week. And I think, like I said, Derek Carr didn't throw for 200 yards. like I said, so man, they still haven't found a way to really kind of get that pass game going. But like I said, they've got the nice young talent, man. Suave Olave and the speed demon Shaheed on the outside there. You still got the slow OG Michael Thomas there as well. But definitely got to find a way to get those guys going, to get something going there. Now, man, New England on the road, traveling to Las Vegas to see his former pupil, Josh McDaniel, and those Raiders. And like this one for me, man, this one's gonna be short and sweet. Big bad boogeyman Bill. I can't believe it came to this point. I can't believe you're turning into you're an easy dub. You guys just show up to somebody's stadium or somebody goes to your crib and it's a dub. Nobody, I can't give you any credit. I can't give you any faith. This Las Vegas Raiders defense, it's not spectacular by any means. You got Max Crosby, who is a troublemaker up front, and he's going to get his pressures, and he may or may not get home. But the rest of that defense isn't anything special at all. But New England is only playing with 11 guys, and all of those guys play on defense. There's nobody on offense that we feel good about at all. And so Mac Jones, I don't know how long he makes it in this game before he gets pulled, and then we see the poorest Bradley Zappi make an appearance. It actually came out that Malik Cunningham was signed from the practice squad to their active squad, so he's a athletic quarterback. I think they actually had him listed as a receiver as well, but he's been activated this week, so I would imagine maybe if this thing gets ugly, maybe we see them turn to Malik Cunningham as opposed to Bradley Zappi if when things get too ugly for Mac Jones. So, I mean, I don't know, but New England is in full-fledged disarray offensively, and they are trying to find some style of spark or something to get that offense going. But I've already talked too long about this game, man. I'm taking Las Vegas at home. Josh McDaniels gets a dub over the Godfather, Bill Belichick. I am going to go. And you know what, honestly, even New England on that defense, like I said, they bring over J.C. Jackson. They've lost the rookie sensation, Christian Gonzalez. You've lost your leader, Matt Judon. And then, like I said, man, you just got spanked at the crib 34-0. So I will go Las Vegas. Give me – damn, is this going to be a real blowout for the – yeah, I mean, I can't do it. I don't know what else to do. I don't know what to do, Bill. You forced me to this, Bill. This ain't on me. It's on you, Bill. Okay? It's on you, dog. I'm going 27-9. I don't even know if they get in the paint. 27-9, Las Vegas, handling their business, beating up on the old man, big bad boogeyman Bill, and those Patriots. Oh, I love it. My dog Chop then went to Mexico, got a little tan, had a margarita or two, and now he's got the Patriots not only winning 30-23. That's past weird. He said in a weird game. Shit. Weird ain't the word. For the Patriots to score, it's one thing for the Patriots to win because maybe there is something, you know what I'm saying, to Bill just being able to be in the mind of his protege, Josh McDaniels, for all those years, and maybe Josh tries to go outside his body and do a little something too extra to try to maybe, one-up Bill, or, maybe something like that. If you tell me they pull one out, a weird 16-13 game, 16-7, all right. Where are the Patriots getting 30 points from, big dog? That's what I want to see. Where are the Patriots getting 30 points from? It damn sure ain't on the arm of Mac Jones. It damn sure ain't on the legs of Ramondre Stevenson or Ezekiel Elliott. I don't know. I don't know where the points is coming. But I love the pick. New England on the road, 30-23. Boy, I tell you what, Chop, you hit this one. And man, I don't know, man. I don't know what I'm gonna do. If you hit that game, I might be in trouble. If Chop hit that one, I may be in trouble. And you know what? While my dog Chop's here, man, we'll go one more before we take a little break. That we come back out. Man, I'm rolling today too, boy. We'll take a little break after this one, and then we'll go ahead and get into the second half of the show. Now, Arizona traveling on the road to see my dog Chop's Los Angeles Rams, and so Arizona team that they were kind of everybody's kind of favorite lovable loser to this point in the season, or they had been, and so they've only won one game. They've been a hard out for most everybody they've played, and then last week they got the first dose of a reawakened Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. And so coming off that loss, and now you go to Los Angeles, another team that just had coming off a tough loss against the Philadelphia Eagles. Am I going too far back? I want to say, yeah, against the Philadelphia Eagles in a close game. And so in a close game, tough fought game. And so now they get Arizona divisional matchup at home. Short and sweet. I'm going to take the Rams in this one, and I'm going to take the Rams to handle their business, man. I think they score points. I like what we saw last week from Cooper Kupp, or at least in the first half. It felt like they divided that game in half. The first half, it felt like it was Cooper Kupp's offense, and the second half, it felt like it was Pikachu. It was your boy Pikachu, Chop. I think he was the guy in the second half, and so now we get a second week of having those guys together, and I want to feel like both those guys are integrated into the offense the whole way through. Like I said, I feel like they came out early in that game and make sure they want to get Cooper Kupp going, and he still had a great day. I want to say 8 for like 111, 8 for 110, something like that, and then Pookie cutting them. Pikachu, he does the bulk of his work in that second half, including a touchdown in that game. But like I said, I want to continue to see that how that plays out as they become more acclimated to each other. Anyway, I said all that to say, give me the Rams 28 to the Cardinals. I'll give them 17. And then my dog Chop says, he said, this finna be a breeze. He said, give him the Rams 30 to Arizona 16. He ain't got no worries, he says here. So I ain't mad at you, and I got you on the board. And then, real quick, I missed you on the last one, but Sis says she's also taking the Raiders 24 to 14 in that matchup against Big Bad Boogeyman Bills, New England Patriots. Now, y'all sit right back. Y'all stay tuned. Y'all get a little word for these sponsors, and we will be right back.
Episode of Let the Film Speak, hosted by the wonderfully handsome and intelligent brothers of Let the Film Speak. That's chopping your main man, Willie Jack. Yeah, feel me. Also brought to you by the Three Amigos. Y'all know them and you love them, man. That's the Three Amigos. That's like, that's share, that's subscribe, that's three the hard way, that's a 3-piece spicy. You cannot go wrong. Now, I say the same thing every week, so y'all can say it at home with me. I know y'all ready for it. Here we go. It's Three Amigos, but it's 4 parts to this process, big dog. First, you just got to tap in. Like my dog said, man, come in, tap in. Just say what's up, man. Just holler. Hey, what's up, Three Amigos, man? Like, share, subscribe. Hey, Chop, man. Willie, man, what's going on, man? It's cool. I sit on the couch. For sure. Y'all got some cold to drink? Oh, man, my man. Yeah. Oh, yeah. By the way, man, I'm a Broncos fan. That's all you got to do. That's it. That's easy. And Chop, come in, sit down, get comfortable, get a cool adult beverage, and let us know who you ride with, big dog. Then tell a friend. Like, man, that's a nice feeling here, ain't it? Man, it's cool, man. My homeboy was out. He was down. Man, it's cool. I can tell a friend. Tell a friend, man. And you know what? Even better than that, you can tell your friend to tell a friend. Guess what? There's more. You can tell your friend to bring his partner to. Bring one more because we need 4, man. Bring them up into the penthouse. Tap in with your dogs, man. Wednesdays at 7 o'clock. You know we don't wear no watches. We ain't got nowhere else to be but in here kicking football flavor with the fam. And now back to the regularly scheduled program. All right.
What's going on? So y'all heard what I just said in that little commercial, man. Do your dog a favor, man. I know y'all ain't hear Rocky. Y'all got up early. I appreciate y'all. Now don't forget to ring my bell. You know what I'm saying? Be polite, and then like, share, and subscribe, man. Help me help y'all. Share the good word with everybody, man. Ain't no fun if everybody can't get none. Share it with your folks, man. Like, share, subscribe, man. I know y'all always come through for your dog, so we definitely love and appreciate all the support as always. Now, this seems like a very good time to go ahead and give us an update in the game that's going on right now in London. So Baltimore had a commanding lead in this game. It was 18-3 at halftime. Now we're just past the halfway point in the third quarter, and Tennessee has stormed back in this game. So Baltimore still has the lead, 18-13. Derrick Henry found the end zone on a 15-yard run. He also broke a 60-yard gain as well before punching that one in. And so, Tennessee making this a game, 18-13. They do have the ball, and they are driving. They're not on the plus side of the field just yet. So I'll try to be mindful of that game as well in the background and try to give those updates. This also feels like an opportune time to tell y'all got a little over an hour. Get your picks in. All right. Get your picks in. I'm talking to some of y'all more than I'm talking to others. Get your picks in. All right. You got an hour. I don't want to hear it. Get your picks in. All right, there we go. Now, let's keep moving right along. And we are going to, let's go to the Big Apple, man. Philly is on the road traveling to see Zach Wilson's New York Jets. And I'll go ahead and just jump right into this one. I'm taking Philly on the road. Now, also, in case some of you guys hadn't heard, or if it's going to matter whether or not anyway, but Sauce Gardner has now been ruled out of this game. He is in the concussion protocol. And then DJ Reed, the other starting corner, he was already ruled out. And so now the New York Jets go into this game minus their 2 starting corners. Now, this is a Jets defense that has been stingy, that has played well, considering that they haven't always got a lot on the other side offensively. And so, I lost my train of thought. Oh, excuse me. Yeah. So you're already, it's already a struggle on the defense where you're not getting much from the offensive side of the ball for the most part. And now they're down probably their best defensive player, Quentin Williams, how you want to shake that up. But down one of their best defensive players, and then down both starters just at the position as well. And then you get one of the more effective teams in the NFC and the Eagles showing up. An Eagles team that has things rolling with Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown. So ever since, like I said, I said it again, I'll say it every week, I'll say it again. Ever since AJ Brown had to give Jalen Hurts a little that act right on the sideline, ever since he had to give him a little bit of that act right when Jalen and Devontae was going crazy and AJ Brown looking around like, hold on now, it's got to be my turn. Ever since then, man, AJ Brown has been attacking DBs and secondaries with a vengeance, and they have been rolling and looking damn good doing it. So I am taking Philly to handle their business on the road. I'm going to go 27 in the Jets in this one. Honestly, I just do not see them keeping pace. I'm going to go 27-13. I believe that Jalen Hurts is also out this game as well. Or excuse me, not Jalen Hurts. Forgive me. Jalen Carter. So the big boy in the middle, man, looks to be the guy who's leading the defensive rookie of the year race. If you ask me, for my money, man, he's already looking like a top 5 guy at the position. And he's a guy coming for that spot. I'm trying to tell you, he'll be there sooner than later for sure. And so he's going to be out this game. Now, the good thing about Philly, as we all know, is no secret. They've got bodies. They've got bodies to throw at you on that front line as well. And so while his presence will definitely be missed, I definitely think that they'll find a way to supplement and be okay. So give me Philly handling business on the road, 27-13 in a relatively easy affair. And then Sis in the building, she says she's also taking the Eagles. She's going also wide score here. She's going 27-10. Doesn't imagine much pushback from the Jets neither. And then our scores were definitely close for sure. Chop, you in this thing, man. You got a score for me, big dog. I'm gonna try to get my dog Chop 30 more seconds to see. I'm gonna try to get my dog Chop 30 more seconds before we push on, man, to see if he's got a score for me. Chop, you got me? All right, don't worry. Hey, if you're still in there, man, drop your score in the chat and I'll try to circle back to it. Now, we will keep pushing on, man. Now, next on the slate, we've got Detroit traveling on the road to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This, honestly, for me, was another game that I really considered for my game of the week because just the matchup. We've got fan favorite. I think it's safe to say. I think all of us kind of cheer or appreciate the Lions and what they've done with Dan Campbell. Like I said, that draft class has shown themselves very well this season as well, especially defensively. A lot of those young guys showing up. Aiden Hutchinson looks like he is progressing just nicely in his second year, still just causing havoc, man. That interception he made on the screen pass, just one hand stabs it and gets that interception. Also, not wearing gloves. I don't know. I just know I noticed it this last week for sure that he's not wearing gloves. That always sticks out to me. I tell you what, man, guys that don't wear gloves in those trenches are just a different breed. It's a different breed of animal. I'm not that tough. I'm telling you, bro. I'm not that tough. Fingers get caught and snatched in face mask and everything else, man. I can't do it. He's out there with his fingers butt naked in those trenches and man, doing work as well. So kudos to you, bro. You tougher than me. But this Detroit team, they go on the road to Tampa Bay. Big Bank, man. Tampa Bay and Big Baker Mayfield's Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and they've been salty. Like I said, so they've definitely in that NFC South, that division is still open. The Saints, who were, I think most of us would have thought walking into the season, or at least I did, I thought they were going to walk through this division. But offensively, they've more than struggled. It's been very ugly, and so they still don't have any cohesion there, and they haven't really separated themselves. And then we've got a better than expected Tampa Bay Buccaneers team, and we've definitely got a better than expected Houston Texans teams. And then also, can't be remiss, we've got a better than expected Indianapolis Colts team with Anthony Richardson and out of that. Oh, excuse me. I'm tripping. I crossed over AFC and NFC South. Forgive me. Scratch all of that. The Saints, a better than expected Bucs team. The Panthers are still who we thought they were. And then I'm just going to get out of there. I tongue-tied myself, and I can't think of the last NFC South team. But I say all that to say I'm taking Jared Goff's Detroit Lions on the road. Jared Goff is going for 30. I've been saying it for 2 years now. I'm not gonna stop saying it now. Jared Goff going for 30. And man, we can do a lot of things, man. He's not the sexiest name on the block, but Jared Goff is top 5 quarterback in this league, man. Jared Goff, the not just his naked numbers, but his overall offensive production. There's few offenses that over the last 2 years, so 5 games, 6 weeks into this season, and then last season. So if we've got that's a 23 game slate of games or sample size, and Jared Goff and his offense, the offense he leads, they score points with anybody, and they score points on just damn near anybody as well. And I'm counting on them to take this show on the road. So unless proven otherwise, until I see it consistently, man, Jared Goff is good for 30 in my book, and I'm giving him 30 on the road. I'm giving Jared Goff 30 to Tampa Bay's 23. I think they get this one done. This one, like I said, I consider it for game of the week because I feel like this is a game for both, or if this game is a good prove it game or game, a good prove it game for Tampa Bay because you're at home. You've got a very quality opponent in the Detroit Lions now. You've got a quality opponent, another varsity team, but they're coming to your house. And so now, and I want to say they're coming off, is Tampa Bay coming off a bye week? I believe they may be coming off a bye week, but you've got a varsity opponent coming to your house. And if you're going to be a team that wants to be a contender, a team that wants to say, we realistically can make it to the playoffs, and realistically, we have a chance. We have a puncher's chance to maybe get a win in wild card and see, like I said, man, just get ourselves in the dance and see what happens. This is the type of game that you've got to win. If you're going to be a team that could truly be considered on the rise, this is the type of quality win at home against a quality opponent that you have to have. Big bad Baker Mayfield and the rest of those Buccaneers. But like I said, man, all told, I still think Detroit is the better team, and I think they're better. They're more consistent. They're the most consistent team, definitively offensively, and then also on that defense. Well, man, that defense for the Lions, they're playing ball, man. They're getting after the quarterback, like I said before, with Aiden Hutchinson and those guys up front. I'm taking Detroit 30-23. And then, let me see here. If you got a score, drop it for me. And other than that, I will keep it pushing. But one more time, let me go Detroit on the road, 30-23. Now, this next one, the Battle of New York. The Giants are traveling to Buffalo. And this one's going to be short and sweet. A lot to a little. Buffalo wins this game a lot to a little. So for me, that means 30-10. Y'all know 30-10 could be 35-3. It could be 40-0. I'll tell you 30-10 because I want y'all to understand this is a lot to a little, man. Big Josh should handle his business against a terrible New York Giants team. And you know what? I probably should have checked, and I will try to check right now actually to see if we do get Saquon Barkley returning to this offense this week. He's nursing a ankle sprain. I'm not sure. I don't believe it's high ankle, but I think he's nursing an ankle. Let's see here. Oh, that's gonna be an interesting game. The weather is gonna be a cold night in New York. I tell you that. 46 degrees. They're expecting light rain. They're expecting light rain as well. I'm checking the injury report to see if Saquon is listed as questionable with his ankle. And I'm glad I checked this as well because Daniel Jones is out. And so, this is ugly. Y'all ain't even getting that 3 points. 35-3. 35-3 Big Josh in those Bills handling their business. And I'll tell you what, New York at home, Daniel Jones isn't even on the other side to run around and maybe find a way to get 3 field goals in this game. Performer of the week, there you go. They just made that decision easy to me. Performer of the week, Big Josh. Big Josh, performer of the week. I'm going 300 yards and 4 touchdowns, man. 300 yards and 4 total touchdowns. I don't know if it's 3 in the air and 1 on the ground, or it could be all 4 on the ground, or excuse me, it could be all 4 in the air. But Big Josh, I think he has himself a day in this one, and I'm gonna go. Let me make sure I write that down. I'm gonna go Big Josh. Big Josh Allen as my performer of the week to have a big day against a very porous and struggling New York Giants team without $40 million man Daniel Jones. And so, man, this could be an ugly one as well. That offensive line for the Giants has been atrocious. This Buffalo Bills defensive line on the other side, they've been getting after the quarterback this year. Now, they are down DeQuan Jones. They are down Matt Milano in the middle of that defense. But ain't going to matter because whether or not Saquon's played, he hasn't been effective. And I know I put a lot of that on him, but he hasn't been effective whether or not he's there. And then even if he is there, Daniel Jones, for what that's worth, he's not. And I want to say, is Tyrod Taylor still backup in New York? I believe it's still Tyrod Taylor. I'm curious to see how he looks in this as well. I wonder if he can give a spark and look decent, and maybe they'll give us something to talk about as far as Tyrod. Is he a better option than Daniel Jones if he goes out there and shows something in this game? But anyway, moving on from that one, Buffalo cruising, handling their business 35-3 in an ugly upset win. And then let's get into the Monday night game. Dallas traveling on the road to take on the Los Angeles Chargers. This one for sure also could have been a game of the week for your boy, but I chose to go another route. Dallas on the road to the Chargers. Now, this one for me, it's lost just a little steam. Oh, my bad. Sis dropped me a score for that Bills game really quick, 27-7. She's got the Bills cruising as well. But getting back to Dallas and the Chargers, this is for me lost a little steam. Just because the way that Dallas just got absolutely dominated last week by the San Francisco 49ers. Thanks to no smart to 3 turnovers by Dak Prescott in that Cowboys offense. But yet and still, it just lost a little bit of the luster of the sheen there. The Cowboys offense hasn't, I don't know. I'm trying to think. I'm thinking right now off the top of my head. I don't think we've seen them show up at any point in this year thus far. And so they for a while were looking great. People wanted to call them borderline dominant, but it was on the strength of that defense and the special teams for that matter. And also the point is as well that you opened up against Danny Dimes and the Giants, who were a dumpster fire. And I think Dallas was the first game that showed us that. And then we've seen they haven't improved much since then. But that Cowboys offense has been atrocious. And then, like I said, when they're not stalling drives, they're throwing the ball to the other team. And so I just have no faith in that offense to this point. Now, on the other side of the ball, the Los Angeles Chargers, now they are coming off of a bye week, and everything hasn't been candy and bubblegum for them either. But one thing that they have been doing is they're scoring points. They are finding a way to score points. Now, the issue that I always have with the Chargers is Justin Herbert and this offense in those weighted moments. In those clutch moments, in the moments where the game is on the line, that's where I feel sometimes he falls a little short for me. But in this game, like I said, especially with this Cowboys team, the way they're playing offensively, I think if I expect the Chargers, if they find their groove and are able to get things going, then this could be an instance where if you force this Cowboys team to have to throw to get back in this game, then you can count on Dak Prescott throwing 1 or 2 to the other team. And so that's what I'm imagining. Now, I say all that to say, I know I don't want to completely discount the Cowboys defense because Michael Parsons is still an electric dynamic guy on the other side of the ball. You still got Stephon Gilmore in the back of that secondary as well. So you still got pieces. You still got names. DeRon Bland, he's another young corner that's played and shown himself well. They've got a deep safety room over there as well. And so you still got a lot to like defensively if you're the Cowboys. But as we saw, man, there's only so much you could do like I said, to keep yourselves in this game with an offense that kind of makes you play more than your fair share of targets because they're going 3 and out or turning the ball over. Also on the injury report, Leighton Vander Esch, he's ruled out of this game for the Cowboys with a neck injury. And let me see here. I'm checking really quickly for the Chargers. I don't see anything too damning on the Chargers side. And so I say all that to say for the Monday night game, I am taking the Chargers at home. We've got Kellen Moore getting his former team, the Dallas Cowboys. He gets them at his new crib. He's in there with his new boo. And I think him and Justin Herbert find a way to I think him with Justin Herbert, they find a way to kind of stick it to Dallas a little bit. And I think Kellen Moore gets the last laugh and runs it up a little bit on Mike McCarthy and that very poor and struggling Dallas Cowboys offense. I'm gonna go 30. I'm gonna go 30-20 because, like I said, this Chargers defense isn't great by any stretch. Outside of Khalil Mack getting 6 sacks last time they were on the field, like I said, they're coming off a bye week, so 2 weeks ago now, Khalil Mack has a 6-sack performance. And honestly, other than that, I don't think they've had any success or any real success pressuring or getting to the quarterback other than that outburst from Khalil. But like I said, this is still a game in which I think the Chargers defense still does enough. And like I said, that Cowboys offense is just worrisome. Now, CeeDee Lamb, maybe this is the day where he does get back on track, or him and Dak can't get on track, because the secondary for the Chargers, they send J.C. Jackson back home to New England because it just didn't work out for them there. And so CeeDee Lamb, maybe he has an opportunity to win his one-on-one matchup if Dak's able to get him the ball. But I still can't trust Dak in that offense keeping up because I imagine that the Chargers, once they find their groove, they're going to be able to score points. I know Keenan Allen is still going to be there. I do want to see – I'm curious to see how Keenan Allen and Stephon Diggs still match up, the two old dogs going at each other. Then you've got young Josh Palmer, who's filling in for Mike Williams, but he's a very solid option, I think, filling in there. And I think Austin Eckler is also back this game for the Chargers. And so I think this may be one that maybe starts a little competitive, but I think the Chargers start to separate themselves the longer this game goes along. And I think it gets to a point where Dallas is going to be forced to put the game on Dak's arm, and then that's where it normally spells disaster for the Cowboys. And so we maybe see a turnover or two from Dak in this game as he tries to wheel them back into it or keep pace with his arm. But give me 30-20, the Chargers handling business Monday night. Like I said, Kellen Moore gets the last laugh in the battle of the former Dallas coaches. And then, who we got? Sis in the building. Okay. And Sis says she's taking Dallas 25-21. Okay, I hope you made that pick in your pick 'em. But yeah, okay, so Dallas 25-21. Okay, I like it. Go against the grain a little bit. I ain't mad at you at all. And then, man, like I said, man, I know y'all in here. If y'all got some scores, feel free to drop them. But until then, I will go ahead and move right on along. Now, here is where I have chosen to have my game of the week. I'm going Seahawks at Bengals. All right, I'm going Seahawks at Bengals, and for me, I want to see. I need to know is Joe Burrow back? Is Joe Burrow back? So we saw Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. Well, not even Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase has been himself. He's been waiting for Joe to get here. Like, yeah, Jamar been here. He's been waiting on you, Joe. And Joe finally made it, man. He showed up last week in Arizona, and those guys fell right back in line, man, and made magic. 15 catches for, I think, 190 yards. I want to say 3 touchdowns for Jamar Chase. A very big day there. So now this is a very strong test. This will let me know. This will let us know right now, is Joe Burrow back? Was it just the Cardinals? Or what's the deal? Because you've got a very quality opponent in Seattle Seahawks coming to your hometown, on the road, to your house. And it's the same thing I said about Tampa Bay and Detroit. Bengals, this is going to be a moment right here where you tell me, are you guys going to rally and have a chance to still come back and win a wide open AFC North? This division is still wide open. Nobody's really taking a firm foothold here. Speaking of, I want to say Baltimore is still holding on to their lead in Tennessee right now, 21-13 in the top of the fourth quarter. But this division is still wide open. The Bengals, as bad as they've played, they're still in this thing. This is the type of win you need to not only keep pace and make sure you don't fall too far behind from the Ravens, and then my Steelers are off this week, and those head matchups are still further down the road. But this is a key matchup for the Bengals. Like I was saying with Tampa Bay, if you're going to be a playoff team, a playoff contending team, this is the type of game you win. This is the type of game you need to not, like I said, not only keep pace in your own division. Now this is a out of conference opponent, but you guys just need W's. And more than that, like I said, you need W's. You need to build on the win you had last week. You need momentum. You need to build confidence as you go into a very tough stretch of your schedule if you're a Bengals fan. I think after this game, they have a bye week. They come off that bye, and I think they go to San Francisco. So this is a very right now, they've got that first win of the season against the Cardinals. They're 1-4, and so 1-4 versus going into San Francisco at 1-5, which could easily turn into 1-6, or 2-4. And then, they've got to find a way to stack some W's, and they've got to do it against quality opponents. And so I don't know if they do it. And actually, you know what? Let me check the injury report before I say anything too crazy here to see what we got going on. Okay, yeah, no, I don't see anything. I don't see anybody majorly of note on the injury report for San Francisco, or excuse me, for Cincinnati. Why do I keep saying that? For Cincinnati, nor do I for Seattle. They are missing Kobe Bryant. He, I believe, is the third corner in that room as well. But I don't believe there's anyone else of note. It does look like their guard, one of the starting guards, is doubtful for this game. But the tackles aren't on the injury list. They're not on the injury report. So maybe Charles Cross is back this game, which bodes well. I'm taking Seattle on the road. This is generally a tall order because traveling to Cincinnati, and especially when Cincinnati's rolling, and just from what we saw from them just this last week in Arizona, they may have their mojo back. But I'm taking Seattle. I'm taking that defense. Bobby Wagner is still a tackling machine. Love what we saw the last time we saw Seattle was that a Monday night or a Sunday night game in New York? I love how Devon Witherspoon, due to the injuries in that secondary room, they move him inside to the slot, and he takes his game to another level. So he shows us the things that I saw from him coming out of college, a guy that you want to have around the ball because he's a enforcer in the run game. He is an enforcer at the cornerback position, all 6 foot, 190 pounds of him, and he will cave your chest plate in as a corner. So you want him able to, like I said, be more of an impact player in that run game, in your blitz schemes as well. I think he also had a sack or two in that Giants game as well. Which, now I remind everybody, the Giants are giving out between 8 and 10 sacks a game, it feels like. And so it is what it is. But really like how he looked in the slot there. I'm curious to see where he'll line up in this one. Then Jamal Adams was able to make his return against those Giants. He plays maybe 6-8 snaps, leaves that game with a concussion. But like I said, just check the injury report. He's not listed. So expect Jamal Adams back in this one as well. So curious to see how he looks. And then Big Gino, man. Y'all know what's going on with Big Gino. The boy ain't right back. He don't do nothing but cash checks. I'm looking for Big Gino to be able to keep pace I think they have a more balanced attack against this Bengals team. I'm looking for Kenneth Walker III to also have a decent enough day against a Bengals defense that hasn't been great outside of a couple key performances. That defensive line looked great when they played the Rams whose offensive line gives them trouble, but they had a very successful day, made it very hard and very ugly in that Rams game. And so with the Seahawks having their offensive line a little beat up, it looks like they're getting some of those bodies back, but they have been a little beat up. And so this may be a game where the Bengals front line is able to make life hard on Big Gino and those guys. But all told, I'm still taking Big Gino. I just trust the Seahawks more to this point than the flash in the pan to this point that we've seen from the Bengals this season. So I'll take the Seahawks to get this done. This is going to be a tough game either way. I'm going to go 24. I'm going to go 24-20. Seahawks getting this one on the road from Cincinnati. Like I said, this is my game of the week. I think this is going to be a very hard-fought competitive game because, like I said, I am anticipating that Joe Burrow in that offense, that they're finding their way back home. They're finding their way back to the offensive firepower, the offensive powerhouse that we know they can be just on the strength of Burrow and Chase's connection. And if they have it going, it could be a long day for anybody. And so I definitely want to see how they hold up against that Seahawks defense. I trust that Seahawks defense just more. I love Devon Witherspoon. He was my top corner coming in. You still got Jamal Adams back. I know he's anxious to make plays and be a factor there. But like I said, Bobby Wagner, an absolute tackling machine in his second step with the Seahawks. I'm taking those guys on the road one more time, 24-20. And it looks like my dog Chop is back in the chat, and he's got some scores for me. My dog Chop said give him Cincinnati in this one. He's got Cincinnati 27-23. I got you, big dog. And then making up for lost time, man, he's also taking the Eagles on the road at the Jets. He's going 23-10. He's also taking the Lions on the road 20-17. He's got the Bills winning big against the Giants 37-17. And then he's also got Dallas. He's got his Super Bowl prediction, Dallas bouncing back after an embarrassing, devastating one-sided loss against the 49ers. He's got them bouncing back and beating the Chargers 27-24. Hold on, let me write all these down for you, big dog. Who do you have? Detroit. He's had Detroit 20-17. Then he took Philly 23-10. There we go. And, hey, I appreciate you, sis. Sis said, hey, hold it down. You know, I'm gonna do what I can do when I can do it. Yeah, I'm gonna try to. So appreciate y'all tapping in and still holding your dog down for sure. I hope the trip was beautiful, by the way. Oh, wait a minute. I know it ain't who I think it is. Come on, man. Come on now. Go ahead. It looks like we got a surprise. Look who it is. Hey, my dog Chop, fresh from the beaches in Mexico, fresh from the getting that salt water. I can see the salt water on your face.
Hey,
what's going on,
man, it's been a long time, dog. It's been a long time, man. I missed the film fam, man. I just wanted to come in and just say what's happening one time. Just what's happening. You know what I'm saying? Sorry I couldn't be there today, but I'm coming back, man. I'll be back soon.
You for sure.
Right now, I'm at Terrible Tom's house. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, what's going
on? I'm at Terrible Tom's house, man. But hey, I'm back live in full effect, man. Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. I know my daughter done talked to y'all about it a whole bunch of times. So, hey, I'm gonna be back. I'm coming back soon, Willie Jack. You holding it down. I appreciate you holding it down for me, big dog.
I know, already know that. But hey, before don't think getting out of here now. Go ahead, give me a performer of the week real quick, then, man. While I got you on the spot.
I meant to. I'm glad you asked that. They gonna finally free TP. TP finally gets free. I got TP as my performer of the week this week, man. The Dallas Cowboys gonna have that bounce back. TP is gonna have the game that we've been looking for this whole season, man. Hey, 150 yards from scrimmage. Give me 2 touchdowns, man.
Ooh.
You know what? I'm feeling spicy today. Give me 3. 150 yards from scrimmage, 3 touchdowns for TP today, man. Performer of the week. There you go.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, man. I mean, we pro TP on this show, so I ain't mad at that. Man. So and I'm anxious to see my dog TP get free as well, man. Like I said, that Dak and that offense hold my dog back, man. So I would love to see him have a day as well. Now, honestly, man, as ugly as them Cowboys looked last week, man, I can't trust that Dak not to get the ball to the Chargers twice in this matchup as well, man. Kellen Moore, I think he's looking for his revenge on McCarthy. They kind of maybe he got made the scapegoat because that offense looks terrible with McCarthy running it instead of Kellen Moore now anyway. So, but yeah, I'm taking Kellen Moore to get his revenge, man. Chargers coming off a bye week as well, so Kellen Moore been cooking. He done had this marked anyway, man. So he's ready to show up and show out against Mike McCarthy and the Cowboys offense.
All right, man.
Defense,
we're gonna see with Willie Jack. I gotta get up out of here, man. I
want to jump
in, hold it down for you, let you know, man, you doing your thing. Say what's up to the film fam. What's going on?
Yes, sir.
Hey, and look, I'm gonna catch the end of this show, Willie Jack. You go ahead and hold it down for your boy.
Hey, I appreciate you coming through, big dog. I appreciate you. And as a matter of fact, man, it's actually time to close it out, man. I'll close it out for you guys with an update on this Ravens and Titans game. Looks like there's 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Baltimore is holding on to a lead. They are up 21-13. They do have the ball right now, and they are driving. It's 1st and 10 at Tennessee's 28. Like I said, Baltimore has the lead already, and so if they punch this one in, depending on how much time is left, man, a touchdown here could be the dagger that maybe makes the hill a little too much to climb with such short time for the Tennessee Titans. So we'll see if they punch that in. But other than that, without further ado, that's it. That's all. I came, I saw, I conquered. I'm glad my dog Chop made it back safe, man. So he's currently in Houston. Right down 45 for your dog, man. I'm in Dallas, so he's currently in Houston, but he's making his way back to St. Louis. He will be back in the building on Wednesday, man. You know what's going on. Y'all know on Wednesdays now. You know we don't wear no watches because you know what time it is now. Time to get in here and get real busy with your fam. Now, I appreciate all the love and support. One more time, man. Let me run it down, see who was in the building this morning, man, getting this good word today. The fam band was definitely in the building. My mom, my sister, appreciate y'all. Love y'all and all of that. Man, my dog Miles, man, Pretty Tony's Weekly Pickles, he was in the building. So he's still sitting first in the pickles. He was in the building as well, man. Appreciate you, big dog. Of course, we know my dog Chop, man, found a way to holler at us on his way back home from his vacation and all that good stuff. And other than that, you know what's going on. Look here. Y'all know I say the same thing every week. So you can say it with me at home. I know y'all ready. Some of y'all was a little early. I hear you. I know some of y'all was like, Georgia, nah, not yet. If I forgot to say your name, here we go. Charge it to my head and do not charge it to my heart because you know we thinking about your big dog. Appreciate all the love support as always. Man, can't do it without y'all. Look here, gave y'all a lot of time too. It's 11:20. Y'all got about 35 minutes to get y'all picks in. I'm going to say it one more time. Somebody in the back didn't hear me. I know you didn't. You got 35 minutes to get your picks in for the weekly pick. I don't hear it. You got 35 minutes. Get those picks in. You also got 35 minutes to go ahead, get your home sit up together. Like I say, you got plenty of time for kickoff. Get yourself a cold drink. Find yourself something warm to eat. Nice little snack or whatever you got to do. Get yourself real comfortable. Everybody get ready to enjoy Football Sunday. Other than that, we will be back. We will be full strength. We will be in full effect. Wednesday, 7 o'clock, tap in with your dogs. You know what I'm saying? And we'll have a good time, man. I can't wait to hear from Chop and see how Mexico was for him, the wife, and the kiddos, man. And other than that, y'all have fun. Y'all be safe. You enjoy yourselves this good Football Sunday. And I will see you Wednesday. Peace.